Hey guys, it's Alexis and welcome to my channel. So, today is the story of the time I got stranded, homeless, heartbroken, thousands and thousands of miles away from home by myself. So, where you left off on the vlog, I was driving into the school. I was so excited to be there. The whole time you'd see me being like, I'm ready for my life to begin. Like, this was the moment for me. Like, I was so excited. So I get there and I see this girl, a friend, her name is Naomi, just as I'm pulling in. Like, the timing could not have been more perfect. Just as I'm pulling in, she's also pulling in, and we see each other and I was like, Naomi, and she was like, Alexis, and we were so excited. We like had all our suitcases and stuff. The people from Miami were there and they were like, here's your ticket number, like, what's your room number? I was like, I'm not sure, obviously, because like I'm me. And they were like, oh, okay, that's fine, like, we'll leave it here, come back out when you know your room number, blah blah blah, whatever. So I was all set. I go in and I take my little cane ID picture. I get to the next station where they give you your housing and things. So Naomi goes, she gets her housing, it's all good. I go up and I'm like, oh, my name is Alexis Boyd Halling, like, blah blah blah, I have my student number. I give her all that stuff. And the lady looks at me and she goes, your housing's on hold. And I was like, what? And she was like, do you know why it's on hold? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, I have no, like, what? I was so confused. And I was like, it's probably just a minor thing. Like, my mom forgot to sign something. Like, that happens all the time. I forgot to sign something. That happens all the time. We're like that. Like, we deal with it. Whatever. So I call my mom and we're like, oh, what is it? I don't know. So we're checking my account and we couldn't really figure out what's wrong and we're confused and everything. And so I'm calling her and stuff and I'm confused. She's calling people at the university. We're both confused. And I sat there, I was sitting in this room, the people gave me no information on what office to go to, where to check and see where to put my stuff in, like where I'm gonna stay the night, if it doesn't, like, nothing. So I'm just completely in the dark, but like not panicked yet, just confused. And like stuff like this happens to me all the time, so I'm not freaking out. I'm just like, okay, we'll get it figured out probably in like an hour and I'll be extra tired and I'll have a fun move-in story. But no. This lady doesn't tell me where to go. So this other boy comes in and he has the same problem as me. She's like, your room's on hold, but she tells him, okay, just go head to the housing office, it's right over there, and they should be able to figure out the problem for you. So I go up to her and I said, should I go to the housing office? And she was like, yeah, I mean, if it's on hold. And I was like, okay, that would have been great information 20 minutes ago, but that's fine. So I make my way to the housing office, I talk to them, I tell them what happened. They said, no, you need to go to the financial aid office. So I take this long walk on this campus that I don't know by myself, not being able to move in, frazzled, confused, but still not in panic mode, like still just like, what's going on, like I'm freaking out, whatever. I go to the financial aid office. He says, you have $20,000. $20,000 that you owe. $20,000. And I looked back at him and said, what? Huh? Excuse me, sir? He broke it down for me. He said, this was your financial aid, this is your room and board payment, this is your so-and-so payment, this is everything. Here it is, it's right here, and you owe that today, and that's how you move in. How do you plan on paying that? And I looked at him, and my heart sank, and I said, I have no idea. And that was the beginning of the end for that day, or for the next few days. I called my mom, I told her, she said that's not right. I look back at my financial aid statements and all of that, and it says I only owe $6,000. I was really confused. I was heartbroken. I thought, I didn't know what to do, so I said, okay, is there a way that I can move in today, we can figure this out tomorrow, we can get a payment plan going, all that stuff. He says that these things are over. That deadline passed months ago. And I was so confused. So then I said, can I speak to like someone that could help me with that, like someone in charge, whatever. So I sat outside waiting for this woman to meet with me, and I just started bawling. Like, I was sitting there crying, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I didn't know what to do. I moved myself out, so it was just me. My parents weren't there. It was literally just me trying to figure this out on my own. My mom was doing everything she could, like, from California on the phone with people trying to figure it out, but it was a lot. It really was a lot to deal with. The reason I took so long in telling the story and coming out with this video is because it was traumatic. It was the worst day of my life because I had spent so much time, my whole life, okay, not my whole life, that's dramatic. Let's not be more dramatic than the story already is. I spent the past at least 3 years of high school counting down the days until I got to go to college. And I always thought the college would be the best place for me, and I words cannot explain. If anyone's experienced this, they understand, but if you haven't experienced this, I can't think of any similar feeling than feeling like your future is being ripped away. And I was terrified, I was hurt, I was confused, I was overwhelmed, and I was by myself. That was a quick side note. But I pulled myself up by the bootstraps. I went into that lady's office and I said, so what can I do? What can I do? She goes, there's nothing you can do. And I just started bawling in her office, like straight up, just bawling. And I was like, I have nowhere to go. I came out here all the way from LA. And I was just crying in her office, and she was like, I'm so sorry. We've been emailing you. Have you not been getting the emails? And I was like, what emails? And they said, at your Miami account. And I was like, when did I get a Miami account? And they were like, you got one. You have one. And I was like, what? And I had never gotten an email, never in my Cane link, which is like our Miami student account page, never my Cane link, never my email had I gotten any notice saying, here's your email, you have an email, and this is how you access it, and this is how you get to it. And I didn't know that started. I had no idea. No one had reached out to me. I had no idea. Granted, that's my fault, I guess. I could have checked, I could have looked, but I didn't know to check or look. I didn't know there was a problem. And so yeah, she was like, there's nothing I can do. You can't stay in your dorm and you have to figure it out, basically. So I was stressed, as you can imagine. I was freaking the fuck out. So I go sit in the lobby waiting for my mom to get back to me or to get in contact with her. My phone's at 3%. I'm sitting there just crying in the office, and people keep passing me and are like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. But I was not okay. I wasn't anywhere near okay. Remember I told you there was a weekend where we came out and we met all the black students and we got to get to know each other and everything? So my host student for that event worked in that office that I was at miraculously. I don't know how that happened. And she goes, Alexis, and she just sees me there crying. She was like, what happened? What happened? And I was like, here, $20,000. I'm so fun. Just a mess. And she was like, oh my god, please don't cry, you have nowhere to stay, it's okay, here's someone you can email, you can stay in my dorm for the night, please don't cry, don't worry, it'll get worked out, this has happened to my friends before, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. And so that, you know when you have something there and you can't get it out? I got it. So she was like, you can stay in my dorm, it'll be fine. And so I get my stuff, I go to her dorm, I'm online trying to find scholarships, I'm online trying to talk to my mom, I'm online trying to figure things out. I didn't know what to do. I stayed in her dorm overnight, and there's this lady that called me when I got back, and she was like, hey, my name is Jen, I work with kids that have cases like you to help you figure it out when you're by yourself. And I was like, praise the Lord. And Jen, if you're watching this, thank you so much. You actually saved my entire life. I was in such a dark, terrible place that night, thinking that I would have to fly back home to LA, and I was just such a mess, and you pulled me out of that and got me back. So the next morning I met with Jen and all these people trying to figure out plans, trying to understand what to do. That's a long story of talk and numbers and everything, but basically the university told me that they were out of money and they couldn't give me financial aid anymore, and I would either have to come up with the money, take out a loan, or come back for a spring semester. So that spring semester option started to sound like what I was going to have to do. And obviously I was so hurt, but I was like, okay, at least I can come back. Things were getting a little better, but still I was heartbroken. I was going to miss all the football games. I was going to miss moving in. I was going to miss meeting my class. I was going to miss orientation. I was so hurt and upset and mad at myself, because as I looked back the night before I got into my email and saw all the times they were trying to reach out to me, explaining to me that my financial aid wasn't what I thought it was. So I met with this man. I've been meeting with people all day, shuffling around campus with Jen, trying to figure things out, crying all day, talking to my mom all day. and the university was generous enough to give me a payment plan even though it was so past due. They said, you only owe $10,000 right now, and that'll be due on Friday. We're going to put you in a hotel so you can figure things out and make a plan, collect the money, decide if you want to come back in spring, if you want to take out a loan, weigh all your options. Like, it was a lot. So I was like overwhelmed, but I was like, okay. So I go to this hotel, I'm sitting there, I took a shower, I was just trying to relax, just trying to get my head back into everything. My mom was calling up everyone she knew, trying to collect money. So I started calling people, trying to get donations, started to GoFundMe, which I will link down below, but I'll talk about that at the end. I called one of my family friends and told them my situation and what had happened, and the family was generous enough to donate all of it to me. And if you guys are watching this, I don't want to cry like on this because that just seems very dramatic, but you guys actually saved my life. Like, I was in such a dark place, like such a dark place, and you guys really like everything for me, and I'm just like so thankful and grateful and happy to have the relationship I have with your guys' family. Like, it really means everything to me. Like, I cannot say thank you enough, and like, it made me, I felt so many things at once, and I cried to my mom, and I called her and I said I got a donation, and I told Jen, and I told the university, and I moved in, and I had an amazing 3 weeks in college. I'm back home now because of Hurricane Irma, but that's a whole nother story that I will tell another time. I can do dorm tour soon if that's what you guys want to see, and all of that, but like, I'm just so grateful and so thankful. That whole situation, I think, really made me, it pushed me into adulthood really quick. It made me realize like the worth of $1, like more than I ever had, and like I already thought I knew it, but I didn't. Like, now I really understand like how expensive college is, and like how grateful and like blessed and lucky I am to have the opportunity to even attend a university, especially the University of Miami. Like, it's become my home. Like, I'm home right now, but I miss it. Like, I want to be there. Like, that feels like my home. It made me look at life differently, which seems like so dramatic, but it really did. And I'm super thankful for all of that, and it was a roller coaster. That was the story. And if anyone has any story similar or anything like that and wants to like talk to me, or basically I want to talk to you, because I didn't know that was like a thing that happened to people, and it was just a lot. So if anyone else has had anything like that happen to them, please like DM me. I'll put my Instagram below, or just leave a comment or anything like that. So now I just want to talk about my GoFundMe that I will link below, and then I'm also going to post on my Instagram. I have been working, and I'm trying to get my channel better so I can like be working and like get jobs and everything. That was loud. If you could give like, I hate asking people for money because it makes me feel helpless, but I am pretty much helpless at this point trying to pay my tuition for next semester. If even like $5 or anything you could donate to my GoFundMe that I will link below, I will be so grateful, and I'd really appreciate it. If you can't, that's totally fine, because I remember seeing a bunch of people's GoFundMe pages for college that I couldn't give to, that I felt bad not being able to give to. But like, if you can, like, please do, because I need it. But if you can't, that's okay, and if you don't want to, that's also okay. But I just thought I'd ask because I don't really have a lot of other options, and I don't really know yet what I'm doing for next semester, but I'm saving up, I'm working, I'm doing work study. I'm going to try to get another job and just do everything I can to get the money. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching this long video. If you made it through all the way to the end, you're a real one. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos occasionally. I'm not even going to say weekly or monthly or anything because it's so sporadic and I suck, and like things like this happen in my life where it makes me not want to get out of bed for the next 8 years. Give this video a thumbs up if you want. Like, I would appreciate it. Yeah, and I love you all. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing day.